We begin with an elaborate ruse to get President Trump safely out of Turkey following last month's NATO summit. According to a U.S. official, the president secretly switched from Air Force One to a separate military aircraft due to a threat from Iran. After boarding the presidential jet, which you see here, Mr. Trump was whisked to the other aircraft with the help of a catering truck. You see it highlighted in this video. He was then able to switch back to the original aircraft when the plane stopped in England. Reporters asked the president why they had been told to close their window shades during takeoff from Turkey. Here was his response then.
Probably on a dangerous flight because of the sleazebags that we have to do.
So you think that Iran was possibly thinking?
Well, I mean, if they asked you to close your windows, probably they feel that they didn't ask me to close mine, but if they did, I would have done it.
CBS News White House reporter Aaron Navarro joins us from our D.C. bureau and kicks off our hour with more. Good morning, Aaron. What are we learning about this operation, the extent to which the American people were left in the dark, and the threat that caused it all?
Yeah, good morning, Errol. What an extraordinary story. This stunning move happened because of a credible plot for Iran and allied proxy groups to fire a missile at the plane that President Trump was supposed to be on as he left the Turkish capital. This also all happened after the president boarded Air Force One in front of the cameras, though what's known as the transmission pool camera, and that wide shot of the plane was able to capture the movements of this catering truck in the background, which we later learned the president was in. We're hearing multiple administration officials express frustration that these tactics and procedures were leaked into the public eye. We know the White House was already angered about the New York Times reporting that the new Qatari-gifted Air Force One lacks the defensive capabilities compared to prior Air Force Ones, leading to several subpoenas of journalists. In a statement to CBS News, White House Communications Director Stephen Chung deflected when asked about this ruse, saying, quote, "There are many enemies of America who have their sights on the president, and we use every tool at our disposal to address those threats."
And Aaron, yesterday in the Oval Office, the president made a remark demanding compensation for Iran going back decades. Is that a serious stance? What's happening there?
Yeah, the president wants that involved in any negotiations going forward, but it's clear that these diplomatic talks between the U.S. and Iran remain at a standoff. The president's demand for compensation comes after Iran had listed 6 demands to reopen the strait, including compensation for themselves, the unfreezing of their assets, the removal of U.S. troops in the region, as well as the verbal threats and insults from the White House to stop. The two countries just do not seem any closer to a deal, as President Trump has been adamant that Iran should pay back the U.S. for past strikes on American service personnel, as well as strikes on the neighboring countries throughout this war. Take a listen to what he told reporters in the Oval Office yesterday.
We're going to ask for money for the damage they've done over a 50-year period. Whether you go SS Cole or whether you go all of the people that were so badly hurt, so badly wounded or killed, many thousands of people, and maybe damages for the 52,000 protesters over the last 4 months that were killed in Iran.
The president has also said in recent interviews that he is only, quote, semi-negotiating in hopes that the naval blockade on Iranian ports puts enough economic pressure on Iran for them to make concessions in the deal or at least to reopen the strait. Iran has shown no signs of that so far.
All right, Aaron Navarro in Washington. Thank you.